This week on Shondaland Weekly, we are talking about saving net neutrality. Asia Naomi King has a new makeup deal, and we are spreading the Christmas cheer, so make sure you stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Let's go.
This is one of my favorite Christmas songs.
All time. It's a classic.
Are we gonna hear this part?
Sing it, Chris.
I thought you were about to say me.
I thought she was going to say Keith. I was ready.
No, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
I was ready, but she said Chris. It's one or the other.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us again this week for Shondaland Weekly. I'm Elle Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Elle Marie TV. I always forget my name.
Right?
I'm sorry.
I didn't forget mine. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tori_Broussard.
And what's up, everybody? I am Keith Andre here. You can follow me everywhere in the world at Keith_Andre. And Lanisha is not in the studio this week, but in good old Lanisha fashion, we got her on the line.
Yes, what's up, you guys? You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lanisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
You heard me. I just feel like that goes
You heard.
on the end of it.
Oh,
You feeling it? You doing just well. She on the line, but she also right
See
here.
what
Right,
I'm saying?
she's
I have to
coming-
bring her
coming through you.
energy into the room.
I thought you guys did it as a duo.
We got you.
Let's talk
And we didn't even
about-
practice.
Okay.
That's because we're in sync.
That's true.
Yes.
We are in sync. We are
Gotta
very
like
much
that.
in sync.
Spirit.
Let's talk about this wine.
Yes,
I
you
wanna
guys.
get to drinking.
I brought us back another white wine. It's a Kendall Jackson Chardonnay. It's one of my favorites. It is dry, Keith.
Okay. Like
But
it dry.
brace yourself, it's got mangoes and peaches. So let's cheers.
Cheers.
Lanisha, sorry, but thank
Hopefully
God
you're
it's
drinking
Monday.
something.
Cool. While y'all sipping on that wine, I'll be sipping on my tea. Sweet tea.
TGIM.
Okay.
It is a
good.
little dry, but I taste the fruit, the sweetness there.
Yeah, you can taste a little bit of the sweetness.
I
It's
can
really
rock with
it's a
it.
winter's reserve, so it's not too dry, but it is on the
Yeah, it
dry
doesn't
side.
hit you in the back with that. And you kind of
Uh-huh.
get stuck a little bit. So it's smooth. It goes
You're
down.
still good with it. You're still good with it.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and get into some of our news.
Yes.
I'm
Shonda
gonna
knew.
sing everything I say. So, a little light on the news this week.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Right.
December. It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay. It's the holidays.
There you go.
But who is making headlines is Asia Naomi King from How to Get Away with Murder. She
Yes.
just landed a huge
Yes.
deal. Yes, as a spokesperson, the spokeswoman for L'Oreal Makeup Cosmetics.
She did.
That is so huge.
It is. People even like Elle Fanning, Eva Longoria. I know some other people have also been spokeswomen as well.
Yeah,
And
I didn't see her
huge.
listed, but I think Beyonce was at one point. I feel like I've seen her in a
I
few
feel like she's
L'Oreal
had like a
commercials.
campaign.
I
or
would
Yeah.
not be
something.
surprised.
Mhm.
Sure,
Yeah.
I've seen her around.
Right.
Nice that they have like a power woman on there. Like,
Yeah, and
I love her so much.
I love Asia Naomi King. I feel like she's, you know, next in line to kind of on the come up. Maybe this generation's Kerry Washington a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to say from last week we had one of the comments on the YouTube. What was her name? Deborah. She had just pointed out we were trying to figure out if Kerry Washington was nominated or had ever won an Image Award. It was Deborah Battle, and Kerry Washington won for Scandal in 2013 and 2014.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
still
they
very
really
pretty
schooled
recent.
us on that.
Yeah, I tried
Yeah.
to tell y'all. But Asia, she was nominated for supporting for How to Get Away with Murder in 2015. She's super talented. She's been in like Birth of a Nation.
Yes.
And she went to Yale School of Drama for her master's. So
Yeah, which that is
okay,
huge.
girl.
I
Yeah.
like
Oh,
her a
wow.
lot. Yeah.
And she has a new movie coming out. I'm trying to find it now, where she's going to be the lead role in that
Yes.
movie. So that's like really
Yeah.
big shout outs to her. So like
I'm
you said, she's
excited
really
to
doing
see
some big
more of
things
her,
right
yeah.
now.
She
Yeah.
is.
Most definitely.
One of the things that she pointed out that I kind of just want to hit on, she said that beauty was sparked to her at a young age because she was watching her mom put on makeup. And she said that makeup gave her a sense of like protection, and she was able to find the power and confidence within herself to face the world the way she wanted based on, you know, the makeup that she put on. And I just thought that was so empowering and so cool just to kind of see how makeup touches people in different ways. Because I remember watching my mom putting on makeup when I was younger, and she would always tell me, oh, you don't need makeup, like your skin is pretty, like I use makeup to cover up. And so for me, makeup was always like, oh, if you have a ton of makeup on, like you're hiding. So it's just nice to see that somebody can, you know, grow up and have a positive, you know, outlook on makeup.
Right.
I think that is really important because especially with women these days, sometimes, especially like right now on YouTube, it's all these makeup tutorials and these people that do a lot of makeup, and it's very beautiful, but sometimes it can be a bit much for like the everyday.
Right.
And the everyday person always thinks like, oh, why is that woman wearing so much and things like that. And sometimes makeup, it can have a negative reputation behind it, but to see someone speak positive about it, it's really good. Because I know for myself, if I don't do a full face, I'm at least doing eyebrows. Like I'm doing something. And it's not to say like that I can't go out without it. I just, yes, I do. And I'm going to say it. I'm okay with that. I feel more comfortable with it. And it's okay.
And I have to say, I agree with that. I think, you know, makeup is perfectly fine having it used as an enhancement. It is nice to see a woman of color acknowledge it and say like, hey, I like wearing makeup and this is, I put in my get bag to kind of take on the world. But I know like for me, kind of like being in the industry and starting to wear makeup, I have had conversation with like my best like girlfriends, like, wow, because when you don't have it on, you have no choice but to feel like, well, dang, you know what I mean? Because seeing yourself with it, it's like, you know, I'm not going to go out here without this on. So I'm just like, wow, as a woman or as women, like, how do you, because you have to, I feel like you have to constantly like combat that, or you'll be that person that can't do anything without having a full face on.
Yeah,
right.
True.
Well, honestly, what makes it hard for women is when, as we grow up, new things happen to us. Like we get our new pimple, the gray hair, and everything. And it's finer for men. It's finer for men, but for women, I feel like we have to try just a little bit harder. Even like women could say like, no, we don't. It's all natural. But no, sometimes we have to cover up a little bit of the blemish and all of that extra stuff. And guys should get away with a little bit more.
Do you think that is us within ourselves saying that and making that decision on our own, or is society and the media and entertainment telling us like, oh, like make sure you don't walk out of the house unless you look absolutely presentable? Because I'm not gonna lie, when I put my best makeup on, but when I put my best makeup on, like that takes like an hour.
The real deal.
Like
the real that takes some time.
I'm just not down to do that every day. Like I'm not.
No. And I think you shouldn't have to do it every day. But for me, if I were to answer the question, I feel like it's a little bit of both, because part of you, it does give you that confidence boost, and there's no denying the difference that you see in yourself when you have makeup and when you don't have it. So you just gotta wait the line and remember, like I'm a boss. I look good without it.
Exactly. Knowing that it enhances.
Yeah, like my everyday routine, if I'm not doing too much, it's like a little bit of concealer, maybe some powder. Like I said, these eyebrows for sure. It's a struggle when I don't have them. And then like that's it for like a little every day. But I want something, because like when I look at myself, if I take a photo or a selfie, I look like washed out or just look a little blah. And I don't want to look blah.
Right.
Like not saying that I look ugly in the photo. I look blah, like us. You need something.
Right.
What do you need?
I got a little hint of powder.
Right. And I think it's good too, you know, with even her campaign, it does show that I think for our generation and for millennials, there's nothing wrong with being in control of how you present yourself and what pictures and, you know what I mean, how people see you.
Yes.
We should be able to take ownership in that. So salute to her.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you want to have your Kanye moment, have it.
Okay.
No comment.
You can have it if you want.
Taking it that far. Listen, I walk out like I am beautiful. No, but
you know, different strokes for different folks. That's what I like to say.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. I cannot.
Oh my goodness. Let's because I think that's all we kind of have for our news today. Like I said, a little slow news day. So let's go ahead and get into Shonda's tweets, because she actually had a few things that she tweeted about.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah, y'all like my theme song?
I wish we had brought some cookies with us, because it's National Cookie Day. I should have brought some.
I know. We didn't even
No,
think
because
about
then
that.
I would have been mad. I would have been so mad.
I would have saved you a cookie.
Until next week.
Okay, but I have. You ain't right. I have a legit question. So, because it is National Cookie Day, were there any companies like Great American Cookie giving away free cookies today? Or was it just like National
I
Cookie
think
Day?
it's one of
like
these social media days.
I was going to say that too, because in most instances, when it is like a real day, you do see like a bunch of people tweeting or you just like giving away. I didn't see nothing at work. People wasn't handing out no cookies nowhere.
So then was it really a National Cookie
made
Day?
this
It's
National
like social
Cookie
media
Day?
makes up national days
Wanted to
every
make
day.
Donut Day.
That's so annoying to me, honestly.
But Shonda was pretty excited about it.
She
I thought I had it on my
was.
iPad. Now I have to pull it
She
up.
was.
What was she saying about it? Like
She said
to
it
raise
is
up.
National Cookie Day.
There we go.
Okay, wait. So we get one day for cookies. Says who's don't fall for it, rise up. I will live every day like it's Cookie Day.
No, but for like cookies
Rise
are
up
my
and
weakness.
celebrate Cookie
My
Day.
weakness. I
She's
100%
against
agree
Cookie
with
Day.
that.
She wants every day to be Cookie Day.
As it should, because every day you should treat yourself.
You should.
To something. You may not need to have a cookie every day.
I mean, but why wouldn't you? Like,
But it was also good to see Shonda like tweeting, nice, lighthearted. The
Yeah.
past couple of weeks we've been seeing like, heavy
Yeah.
and, like, race relations and all these things. So it's nice to see the kind of joyful side of her
Yeah.
Twitter
It was.
feed.
Fun
This
side.
made me want to ask you guys, what's your guys' favorite cookie?
I'm basic. You already know mine.
What is it?
Chocolate chip.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's yours
I'm the
too?
same
If
though.
you was basic, it would have been like a sugar cookie
Oh.
or
Oreo
okay.
cookie.
right.
Oreo
No,
I
chocolate
love Oreo
chip.
cookies.
Yeah,
chip.
I
Like
love a
Oreo.
chocolate
Cookies
chip
if they're
cookie
fresh.
too,
Yeah.
Yes, the fresh ones.
and an oatmeal raisin cookie. But I'm a cookie person.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm-
Oatmeal raisin on a good day.
Yeah. Chocolate chip and then macadamia nut.
Oh
Like
my
if it's
gosh.
white chocolate,
Right-
if it's warm,
right
yes,
out the
yes.
oven.
Or
The warm
Subway, they
soft
got the
ones.
best macadamia nut.
They do.
Give me a home baked cookie over a packaged cookie.
Same.
Any day.
Actually, one of my this lady from my small group, her daughter loves to bake, and she just made like this really like dark chocolate. It didn't look like a cookie; it kind of looked like an Oreo ball, but it was a cookie, and it was stuffed with Nutella.
Oh wow.
Bomb! I mean, she is a phenomenal baker.
Why
Did you do it
but-
on Cookie Day? National
she-
Cookie Day, or?
well, this was like a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
but they only gave me like the one they had left, so I couldn't even share if I wanted to because that cookie was gone in like 0.5 seconds.
Right.
But it's just kind of cool to see how people can get creative with cookies.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Like, have any of you guys had a fried Oreo?
Yes,
I
girl.
have. Mhm.
Yes.
That's
I
good.
never
good.
had a fried Oreo.
Lanisha's
girl.
not living.
Or it's
You are
like if
missing
you
out.
have the
Maybe that could be one of the
Anthony,
cookies you
and that's
saved
your
me.
favorite cookie, Anthony. You need to try
Listen,
one.
y'all
Come to the
need-
Texas State Fair.
Y'all need fried Oreos. Y'all need the chocolate chip cookie that's baked with the brownie. You
I
need
haven't had that yet.
all
but
of
it's
these
so
little
bad.
tidbits and tricks. Like, I feel like I need to learn one of those dishes for like holiday or like Christmas season.
Yeah.
That's something
Uh-huh.
cute. It should be pretty easy,
Yes.
but
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna try to tackle that chocolate chip and brownie thing one
That's
day.
good. It's
Yeah.
on
I'm gonna
try
Pinterest.
that. Yeah.
It's on Pinterest.
I'm gonna try that.
yeah, my
You
sister
should.
found it on Pinterest and made it one year, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It just melted in your mouth.
It was too much. Put a scoop of ice cream on top.
Okay.
Hey, you guys.
Little funny
Guys.
fact. Yes.
Sylvia B says thumbprint or snickerdoodles is her favorite cookie.
Wait, what is
Oh.
I've
thumbprint?
never heard of
I
thumbprint.
haven't
Yeah.
either. I know it's
Sylvia,
Snickerdoodle.
can you explain a little bit on what a thumbprint cookie is? Huh.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that
A
one.
thumb. You don't want to know where my mind went.
But what
Yeah,
were
I
you
never
gonna-
had a thumbprint.
It's just like a regular
I
old
know my
chicken cookie with
snickerdoodle.
thumbprint.
Snickerdoodle. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a popular one.
Yeah,
I'm
for
personally
sure.
not a Snickerdoodle fan, but it's a popular one.
Peanut butter cookies are good too.
The
Those
right
old
peanut butter
school
cookie.
homemade peanut butter
Okay,
cookies.
I gotta get me some cookies now. I want some. Somebody gonna make me some.
Well,
Okay.
while you're waiting on that thumbprint cookie, because I do want to know what that is about. Never heard of that. Let's go to another tweet of Shonda. So we're going to go back to the serious side
Right.
for a moment. But she tweeted out about being able to save net neutrality. Now, I know that is something really important to her because she does tweet a lot. She is very outspoken, like we just said, on a lot of things that goes on, race relations, everything that has been going
Right.
on with the harassment cases with the women.
Yeah.
So if the internet wants to censor and block the things that we are talking about, it's like, how can you start to continue to spread the word and awareness of certain things? You know, everything doesn't have to be bad, but for the most part, I feel like that is exactly what they will try to censor.
Yeah.
Are people speaking out on those type of topics.
I think, I mean, it's definitely a big deal that is kind of like sweeping under the radar just a bit. And I had asked myself reading the article, like, well, why aren't we talking about this? But then I feel like at this point in time, the news is like so engaging to me now, like between Trump, between the sexual allegations, between all this stuff. So it's easy how it's missed. And with the net neutrality, it is a little bit difficult, I think, to understand. I had heard about it a few weeks ago, and I was just trying to wrap my mind around, okay, so how is neutrality when it is, you know what I mean? Like that even level where we all can kind of coexist and you can get information distributed however you want it. With the vote that is coming up December the 14th, it is, they want to kind of, should we say limit, or they want to put restraints so that if you have a certain amount of money, then you get to control how fast the content is delivered, who gets to see the content. So it really will take us away from living in this era where you can post what you want, you can be fine anyway, anybody's voice that can be heard, to kind of other cultures or societies who is very kind of controlled what media gets presented. We really live in a time of fake news.
Wrong. It's completely wrong. I don't feel like they should have the right to control what we post on our page or what we get to see. Like, it's just another way for the government to control us.
Exactly. And I think I agree a little bit with what you said, and me still trying to wrap my head around it. I think a lot of people, or the government, I guess, for that matter, are taking the internet for granted. Just think of all the things that have happened since the internet has constantly been evolving, you know, and like what's been brought to light and things that have changed and things that, you know, have happened that have made light of. I mean, think about it. How quickly do we get our news now, and where do we actually go for it? I mean, how many of us actually tune in to like the actual, you know,
the
like
actual news,
local news, or like even like the Today Show for that matter. Like it's so quick and easy to just get what I need on various social media platforms that like to even think that that might not even be an option is honestly a little scary. It's almost like we're traveling back in time, considering the progress that we've made and are trying to make. I honestly cannot wrap my head around it.
I agree. I mean, like, it's definitely difficult to understand, and even to try to figure out like the other argument that's being presented. Like, why would we want it to be that way as opposed to the way it is now? The article was on Shondaland.com, so I'm glad she's still finding ways, you know, on her own website to kind of give voices to things. But even reading it, I felt, and I mean, it's bad, but I did feel like, wow, it's so much work. You know what I mean? To try to really combat this. Like, you got to do this, and then you got to do this,
four
and then you got to
steps she listed.
Yeah.
It was
it's just like, who's really going through all this trouble?
Right.
But at the same time, we do need to kind of, we always talk about it, just take the reins of like how we want to live if we want to make a difference. I don't think that is something that's going to pass, but that's also like from a millennial perspective that is taking it for granted, because this is the way that we know the world to work with the internet. So already can.
And if they're controlling it that way with, as far as with money and things like that, and people who are more powerful or may have more clout or more of a voice, then it's like, just like some of the smaller stories, they go viral because people are sharing it, and so then they could stop that. You know what I mean? Because that small person, they don't have the funds, or their story won't be shared as much, and they can block that. So that is a little bit scary. So it's like,
Right.
But I do appreciate her kind of like bringing this to the light, and I think it kind of goes back to something that she said a few months ago about, you know, saying yes to raising your voice and standing up and like saying yes, or like voicing your opinion on something that you don't like, or injustice, or whatever the case may be. And I think with her putting this information out and the steps on how you can, you know, take a stand or a pledge on her website, that she's raising her voice. And I think that is something that we all need to do.
yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at the steps.
I totally agree.
I didn't look at that. But
See what I'm
It
saying?
was, I feel like you like
I
call
looked
a
and it was
number,
like, call here,
and then you have to like sign up.
petition,
Yeah.
call this person, get in line, close your laptop, and go down to
She was very
the streets.
specific.
oh wow,
Yeah, basically like a protest is
Yes,
essentially what it
basically
is. And I was like,
Actually step up for what you believe in.
I'm like,
and go.
girl, I believe
Instead
in
of just
this.
being scared in the corner.
But
Listen.
yeah, it was a lot. Not knocking anybody who wants to do it. I think exactly if you have the the time and the energy
Yeah.
to do that, you absolutely should. But
And I think
that was a lot.
hopefully the closer that we get to the vote, I think we are hearing about it more because
Yeah.
it had come up a while ago, a few weeks ago. So the closer we get to the 14th, we'll see more. And maybe
In
there'll be
10
more
days.
opportunity, right? Maybe there'll be more opportunities to like really do something about it.
Yeah.
But the way we going, I mean, they passing all kind of bills and tax.
I know, that's the thing. We're like, oh, we don't think it's going to pass. Stuff has
Everything
been
is-
sliding through there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Under the
indeed.
radar.
I don't know.
Listen, this is getting scarier by the day. Anyway, that's for a whole nother topic, whole nother show.
Yeah.
Right,
Let us know
right.
your thoughts on what you think on net neutrality, or if you have any other suggestions on how we can bring this more to light.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, and on the other one, Sylvia B finally said what the thumbprint cookie was.
What is it?
She said it's a butter cookie you can fill with jam or jelly.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't.
I don't want mine still with. I do remember the like butter cookies that had something that was in the middle, like
Yes.
a toffee, like something hard, I think. But
Yeah, I don't really like.
I don't know about those.
I'll take a
cookies.
fried cookie, but I don't really want like a stuffed jammed cookie.
Just some jam in there. We'll see.
All
It's
right,
holiday
Sylvia.
season.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, we appreciate you.
I'll take. Okay.
I didn't mean to knock your cookie though. Lanisha, you have the playlist for this week, right?
No, I'm playing. Yeah, I do.
I was gonna say, girl.
I was gonna say next caller. Next caller. We're hanging up on her.
I almost looked up like, y'all.
I was like, she is not waiting to tell us this now. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh my god.
All right, girl. Let's,
Okay, Lanisha, good one.
yeah,
Good one.
you got it
1
all with
point
that
for
one.
Lanisha.
All right, let's go ahead and get into your playlist.
For the playlist, I decided to go with a theme,
Okay.
which is about pilots, the opening pilot scenes. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first one is How to Get Away with Murder, and it's called Dark and Stormy. And this is when rest his soul, may he rest in peace, when he was on his bike running
Yep.
to go see,
Yeah.
ready to see the law school. And that's when they introduced all the main characters, like Michaela, Asher, Connor, that they introduced everybody in there. And I realized that Shonda did this a lot with all of the TGIT lineups, because after that, on Scandal, they did, it's the Scandal theme song, and it shows Gwen running, and she's going somewhere. You don't know where she's going, but she got to go somewhere. And she's we're introduced to a whole nother character, and he announces about becoming a gladiator.
Yep. I remember that. Okay. Wow, research for real.
All right, now I want to go back and kind of watch these episodes.
Okay.
And this one's for Elmarie and Tori. I got your Grey's Anatomy. It's called Portions for Foxes. And with this one, this is when Meredith just got done laying up with Derek, and her character is introduced like going in a car, rushing. She's trying to get somewhere as well. And this is when we find out it's kind of the same as How to Get Away with Murder. She ends up in the intern in the hospital.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I see me cry.
Where all the characters are introduced, like the camera is like right on all the main character faces, and all the extras are in the background.
Aw, they were
That's so
They
cool,
were,
though.
and I
Oh
can
my
remember
God.
that first scene, like her and Derek laying in like the
So
living room
long
with
ago.
the sheets on.
Child. But that's crazy that that same concept or that theme like just followed the way she started all of the shows. There is always like that mystery, that suspense to the way that she engages the audience.
Yeah.
So wow.
Exactly, like where are they going? Like you want to follow them. Like where are they going?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's something good to catch, because all of the shows, they started there's so much time in between each show when it starts, so it could be
Right.
something you don't even pick up on or notice. 'Cause
Exactly.
the other premiere was like years ago, you know?
Right.
So good
Right.
job, Lanisha.
Come
That was a
on,
really
Lanisha.
good theme.
Do it differently.
Yes, I
Take us
claps for
out.
you.
Like you
I
saw,
know.
I did my homework.
Okay, we appreciate you.
No.
Yeah. Okay now.
Okay, Lanisha, we
That
will
was
give you your
great.
props. That was
Yes,
a really good
that
job.
was good.
That was good. Okay, girl.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's
I gotta.
Okay.
When it's my turn for the playlist, I'm over here thinking like, dang, what am I
know,
gonna
like,
do?
we have to come up
I
with
know
a new
now.
way
I
to
feel
do
like
it now.
each one of us just kind of takes it to the next level.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Right?
When it's my turn.
What am I gonna do? My first one was with the 300th episode of
Right.
Grey's Anatomy. Like that was okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh, I know I gotta get something good, girl.
Yes, I'm sure we will.
Yes.
All righty.
All right. Let us get into the next
Yeah.
thing. It's time to talk about some decisions.
Okay.
So let's get into our what would you do? So we had Jesse Williams
Mm-hmm.
was in Demi Lovato's new video.
Yes.
In
Tell
that
me you
video,
love me.
yes, tell me you love me.
She sings her face off.
She does. Oh, that voice.
She does.
So the video is about the relationship, you know, kind of like maybe not from the beginning, but middle to current, about them getting married. They had some struggles, you know, as most couples do, arguing, things like that. Maybe I'm not ready. Are we ready to do this? Speaking of getting married. So they go with it. You're having the wedding and everything. And then the character that Jesse is playing says he can't do it. And he leaves her
ready.
at the altar.
Yep.
Leaves her at the altar.
Yep.
Honey, look at that.
Sure did. I will say really quickly, I really enjoy seeing Jesse Williams play a different type of character.
Thank you. Yes,
Like, I was
absolutely.
Like, whoa.
Same
He
here.
was cursing and carrying on, and I was like, yes.
I know. Not his Grey's Anatomy character
Right.
at all.
I thought it was
Right.
nice
Not the
to see him
sweetheart.
step out of that shell.
He also shocked me. I was not expecting him to leave her at the altar.
Yeah. I don't know if I could. No, I didn't expect it. But yeah, shout out to Jesse Williams. And he's doing a lot of stuff too.
Yes.
Outside
Yes.
of Grace.
Yeah.
But
She definitely chose a great lead. Like, woo.
She did, honey.
okay.
I don't know.
So what would you do? What's the question?
So, if you got left at the altar,
Don't
what
say
would
it.
you
Wait.
do? How would you react?
Listen.
Yeah, Kiki, go
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tori. Go ahead, because y'all always want me to be a mess.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, how Demi was looking? I would probably be looking the same way. I'd probably be in tears. I honestly don't know. That is hard.
That's very
Listen, I
hard.
think that's a very difficult situation to be in. If it was me, I'm gonna tell you right now, first and foremost, I rebuke that. That's not over my life.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I cannot imagine doing all of that carrying on they was doing in the video. She had a whole black choir behind her. And then to be left at the altar. Now, I don't know if maybe she expected a little bit. So for me, like trying to be practical, right? I'm just like, well, you kind of know your relationship. And I feel like the video, what I took away at the end, I thought like, oh, she came to the same realization when she took the ring off. Like, you know what? We weren't ready for this, da 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 da. I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody leave me at an altar, it ain't no leaving. That's too much. You're not getting out of here without some kind of conversation, some kind of negotiation, and some kind
That's
of
fair.
resolution.
That's
You're
fair.
not leaving.
But if you do
Leave me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say one more thing. You gotta leave me before we get to the altar.
Absolutely.
Thank
That's
you. Yeah.
100%
'Cause that's the only way you're gonna actually like physically get away. You can
100% fair.
leave the
I
relationship.
don't care if it's 2 minutes
But-
before the ceremony starts.
Don't let me walk
Leave
down this
me
aisle.
in the corner behind
yeah.
somebody's closed doors. Do not have me dressed up out here in front of
That's
people
true.
looking crazy.
I 100% agree.
That's
but
all
Like
I'm
we're
saying.
like all the way to the end
Right.
of it. Now you
If-
change your mind.
I've already walked down the aisle.
Like so, the thing is now we just have to go through with it and we can get it annulled. That's where we are now.
No. That's okay. Because because that's extra work. You've already embarrassed me. Like,
Right,
no.
right.
If you do leave the altar, all I got to say is go. Don't second guess yourself. Don't turn around. Don't come back trying to apologize. Don't do any of that. Just go so I can get out
You're so
gracefully as well.
You're so strong.
Or if I'm gonna be,
Immature.
No.
I would have
listen,
had cousin's brother like stop him. He cannot leave. Like
I'm
you
about
said, we
to
have
let
to
you
talk.
answer, Lanisha. But if you gonna leave me at the altar, do me like y'all remember A Different World, where somebody gotta be here to take your place. I'm getting married. I'm getting married today to somebody.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And that's just the bottom line. Lanisha, what would
Oh
you do?
my gosh. Oh, no, but let me tell y'all something. Y'all is definitely not making a fool of me. And if any person that knows me, if you my fiance, you definitely know me, and you probably would be running. You wouldn't be walking out of the way. You'd be running
Right.
because you know good and well I'm swinging. Like, no.
swinging.
I'd be feeling like, I would definitely feel like Demi, where she was crying her eyes out, but nah, I wouldn't just be standing there crying my eyes out. You would feel what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
You are not about to embarrass me. I wasted too much time preparing for this. I probably got all this stress all up in my hair. Like, I'm probably getting adding gray hair. I'm probably getting wrinkles. I'm probably getting pimples from all this stress. And now you want to put me in this position? I'm being ass.
Okay. But that's such a
I'm
good,
just beating you.
um,
You are not about to do this to me.
Yeah.
she's going through
And
it.
there's no
Was
getting
that a
more
lump?
embarrassed. I mean, I'm already embarrassed enough that you're
Look,
giving me back the ring.
right.
I can't get her, so why not beat you up?
And I think, well, we all agree we don't want to be in that situation. But the good thing about the video, like the kind of learning lesson or the takeaway is we saw all these signs leading up to
That
them
is
getting
true.
married.
That's a good point.
You need to trust your gut. Like in the beginning, it was like, who you texting? Nobody. If I ask you who you texting and you tell me
Thank you.
nobody,
We obviously know it's somebody.
you texting somebody. So it's just like in a relationship or dealing with people, you really have to like, you know, take some inventory of what's going on. We all, of course, everybody wants to get married and have this dream fantasy and rah, rah, rah. But to avoid having somebody like make a decision or come to their senses at the last minute, let's go ahead and figure it out beforehand.
I think that's what she was kind of saying in
Yeah.
the video too, just
Right.
having all these hints. Even I think when he proposed to her, he made like some sly comment about having to accept all of her, like even the bad side or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I think just throughout the whole video, you kind of see like where they stand in their relationship,
Yeah.
and it seemed just for like a long time, you know, they had been together, so it was like, okay, technically this is the next step. Not
Right.
really taking into consideration, is this something we want? Is this something that we should do?
Yeah.
So I think she was kind of saying, figure that all out before.
Exactly.
Before
And I think
that.
sometimes when people when they do have everything together, they're right in the middle of planning the wedding. They have the venue, deposits are made and everything like that. Sometimes that factor makes them think about, well, maybe we should just kind of still go with it.
Right.
We have everything already
just
together.
do
So
it.
we need to
Right.
exactly. We need to just do it. And then
Nope.
sometimes it's like, no, it may be worth losing the deposit for if
Exactly.
this isn't right. This is
Exactly.
a marriage. This is a lifetime. What it's
Yeah.
supposed
Right.
to be. So
Even the
it's okay if you have to let that
even
go.
the tell me you love me portion of the song, like we
Right.
can't be just so eager for have somebody tell me that you love me and then everything is all cute and dandy and let's
Right.
get married,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm looking like a fool
Yes.
on my wedding day.
Yeah, because even if we didn't have that conversation, then
That's how right there.
yeah, someone needs to be strong enough to have the conversation in depth before we walk down this aisle. Because
Yes.
even though he threw it out there in the video, like I don't know if
Right.
I'm ready, that was one thing. Sit her down. Let's have this real conversation.
Like I'm really
Like, I
don't think
really
that
don't
I'm
think
ready.
we should
We're
do
not
this.
ready. Let's
Right.
not do this.
Right.
Not just say it in passing and then.
It's a good song. It's a good breakup song. I'll tell you that. Turn that one up.
Now I will say, listening to the song, there was a line that I wasn't too particular. I didn't really like it. Was you're not anyone unless you have someone or something like that. I'm paraphrasing right now.
yeah.
I didn't really care for that
I don't
line
need
because I
that.
do feel like you can be. I am not against relationships. Like yes, I'm very single, but I'm not this like independent. I don't need a man type of
Right.
personality. Yes, I
Absolutely.
want a relationship, but at the same time, I can stand on my own too.
Right,
Just
I'm
because I don't
still-
have someone does not mean I am incomplete.
Right.
Like so, I didn't like that message.
Exactly.
Right. And my
Right.
favorite phrase was in the beginning when they were having like conversation and after the who you texting nobody. And she was like, are you jealous? He was like, I don't have to be jealous. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I was like,
Yeah. Right.
that's me. Everybody's so quick to say you jealous. No, I'm not jealous, but I'll tell you one thing. I don't like it.
That was
I
disrespectful.
don't like it at
Right,
all.
it
It was 2 in the
was.
morning or 2:30.
Exactly.
Like that.
And he
You're
was
text
honest and
messages.
upfront about it. Like he could have easily just been like, no. But he was like, no, I don't like it.
Yes, he was very sexy and
like,
mannish
okay.
in that video.
Listen, Jesse Williams been trying to tell y'all for a while who he is and what he's about. Okay.
No comment.
Oh my.
But we want to know, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? You're in a relationship, you head down to the altar, and you get this, surprise that it feels like we only see on TV.
Right.
People left at the altar. But what do you do in that situation, and how do you recover from it?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Sylvia B said, hopefully it's a small family affair, but I'd have to tackle him down until I get my stuff out.
I'm with you, girl.
All right, Sylvia.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly
Sylvia.
right.
Cheers to you. I hope you're drinking with us tonight.
Okay.
Sylvia. I'm like, cheers.
I hope so too.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Well, it is the month of December.
Oh my gosh. Can y'all believe it's December already?
I can't.
The last month of the year 2017.
The
Great
last
things
one.
happen in December. It's Christmas,
It is
New Year's Eve.
Holiday, family.
Tori turns 25.
Really? What day is your
Yeah,
birthday
on the
on?
21st.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Sliding into Capricorn.
Oh, girl, Sagittarius. Last day.
Last day, okay.
Last day.
Yeah, so
Is
you
that the
sliding
first day,
into
Oh, technically, yeah.
Capricorn. Yeah.
Is-
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that
bit.
the first day of winter too?
It's the first day of
21st,
winter,
yeah.
and it's the
look at that.
longest day.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I found that out today.
Well, you better celebrate
Is
it
it
all.
know.
Take
winter solstice?
every minute.
Right? Or-
Yeah,
There has
Oh, yeah, it has to be
yeah.
if it's the longest
I
day.
think
Yeah.
it is. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Tori, look at you. You're special.
I know. Thank you. But with that, I kind of put together kind of just some fun little, like 15 things you can do in the month of December
Child.
to help you get ready and prepare for the holidays if you haven't already started, since it is the 4th.
Do y'all
Right.
have
Day.
Christmas trees up? Do y'all put up Christmas trees here in LA?
No, not in LA, because I go home for
Okay.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Just
I,
curious.
I put a few decorations, but not
Oh.
a full tree.
Oh,
We
good
got
for
a
you.
tree.
Yeah.
I don't even do
Oh,
that.
nice.
He's like, oh.
Oh, Anthony.
I still
wanna-
want to be a little festive.
I
so.
want
Yeah,
me a
that's
Charlie
true.
Brown Christmas tree.
Oh.
I'm trying to get somebody to get one for me.
Oh, you want that as a gift?
Right.
I don't
That
want
was
to
a
get
little-
my own Charlie Brown. That's sad. Like, your own little tree. Anyways, what can we do in December?
Alrighty. Well, these are just some fun little things that I've picked out. Like drive around and go look at Christmas lights, and don't just go look at the basic ones. Like you got to go to like the people who go all out,
Yeah.
people who professionally
Yes.
decorate houses.
That's a good
Those
idea.
are the
And
houses you need to go
What's
look
cool
at.
about social media is a lot of people are posting it, like on
Yes.
Facebook, on Instagram, and things like that. Some news outlets have even picked up like where the most popular homes are that have all the
Yes.
beautiful lights. So
I did not know
yeah.
that. That's a good one. We do that back home, but I actually wouldn't mind like doing it out in LA. Like I'm
Yeah.
sure it's
Yeah.
got to be some bomb.
Yeah, I'll send
Yes.
you the link. It's a link to where
Yes.
like you
Oh
can
my
go out here.
God.
I'll
Yes.
send you the
I
link.
want to go.
It is nice. So definitely go take a look at those. Make a gingerbread house. I know that seems kind of like cliche, but
I love that too.
when you do it with like your little nieces and nephews
Yeah.
and like helping them, or
Yeah, I was
like
just about to say I would do that with my niece.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
or like get together with like a group of friends, kind of have a gingerbread competition. Decorate a Christmas tree
Perfect.
just because it's a thing to do. Try eggnog. I'm gonna try it. I've never had it.
yeah,
It
my
tastes good.
my friend, my roommate, she wants to do like a Friendsmas, and so she
Okay.
wants to like before
Okay.
we both leave for the holidays to make like
Yeah.
eggnog and like that little thing.
Yeah.
So that's cute.
Okay, so we're gonna do
Make
that.
sure you have that
Um,
dash of rum in there.
Okay. Make hot chocolate, obviously, but with the marshmallows, the large ones.
Yes.
Read a Christmas book before bed. I don't know, something different.
That sounds fun.
Watch Elf.
Oh yeah,
Have to
Okay.
do that.
Yes.
Yes.
gotta watch out. And a Christmas story.
Yes, and a Christmas story. Wear matching PJs on Christmas morning.
That's
Just be
fine.
cute with your
cute.
family.
Yeah.
Go take a winter walk. Just go enjoy the cold weather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try ice skating if you can.
That's cool.
Make Christmas cards. Don't buy them. Just make them with
I
whatever you have
love
at your
Christmas
house.
cards. I used to give them out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Deliver holiday treats to a nursing home. Give back. Be nice. It's that time of year.
And one more.
Go play in the snow if you're welcome to the
Yes,
snow.
it's a snow. Awesome.
Yes, we have snow.
Right?
If you have snow, I
If you
know
have snow.
California doesn't really.
Yeah.
Southern California.
They
They
Yeah.
have
doesn't get
places
it,
where they
but-
do fake snow, so you
Yeah.
can enjoy winter wherever you are.
That's super exciting. I'm looking forward to the holiday season.
me
Yes.
too.
I'm looking
Yeah,
for the new
I'm
year.
actually Like everything on that list except matching with my family. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
hope everybody gets to take advantage of that. I hope everybody remembers to set goals for the new year.
Yes.
This is our
our
summary.
last show until the new year. So we are taking a little break just for the holidays so we can all celebrate, relax, and be cool. So we'll be back January 8th with new stories and everything for you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram, our Shondaland weekly page.
Yes.
And you guys can catch me on Instagram and on Twitter at ElmarieTV.
And you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram at Tori_Broussard.
You can follow me everywhere on social media at Keith_Andre.
And you
And
can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lanisha, spelled Lanisha
914. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.